This is an Apple PowerMac G4 Cube. I got this machine off eBay for $36, and I bought it as an untested machine, so I had no idea if this worked or not. I had no idea what parts were missing, if any, and it did not come with a power supply. I did manage to get a power supply for $30 as well off eBay, so that's all good. So let me just go ahead and give you a quick overview of the machine. So we'll start off on the top here. We have the main convection cooling vent here. There's actually no fans in this machine, so this convection cooling system is the only source of cooling that this machine has. On the front here we have the slot loading optical drive, and right here we have the capacitive power button and power LED, and on the very back here we have another vent. So yeah, as you can see on the front here we have an Apple logo. That's it. As you can see, the machine is a little bit scuffed up. It was in a lot worse condition. It had like a bunch of tape residue on it, but luckily I was able to clean all that off, so yeah. Alright, on both sides here we only have an airport antenna. This is what that little circle is. That's an airport antenna. You can see we have the same thing on the other side. And on the back of the machine here we have the PowerMac G4 Cube information plate. So yeah, that's basically an overview of the outside of the machine. I'll go ahead and turn it over and give you an overview of the ports. So as you can see here, we have a 10100 Ethernet port there, 2 FireWire 400 ports there, 2 USB 1.1 ports, a RJ11 jack for the modem, the power supply jack there, the reset and interrupt switches, and the graphics card with an ADC and VGA port there. So now I'm just going to go ahead and open up the machine real quick. Now this machine is actually extremely easy to open. All you have to do is press down on this handle here, which releases 2 latches that hold it to the top of the machine, or the housing, and it comes right out. So there we go. So let's take a look inside the machine here. As you can see, the convection cooling vent up there, and the capacitive power button there, and the 2 little circles are 2 little plastic inserts that allow the Wi-Fi to get a good connection while the machine is inside its housing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the machine itself. So on the top of it here we have a graphics card. Now this is actually not the original graphics card. It originally came with a 32 megabyte ATI Radeon 7000 card, and unfortunately that card had a seized fan, and consequently I guess someone had run it while the fan was seized and it overheated and failed, so unfortunately I wasn't able to use that. But I just replaced it with this 32 megabyte nVidia GeForce 2MX from another PowerMac G4. So as you can see, it is connected to this little riser board that plugs into what looks like a PCI slot there. I don't think that is a PCI slot because of course it converts it to AGP, but yeah, it seems to work just fine. And also we have 3 PC100 memory slots here. One slot is occupied by a 256 megabyte module, which is original to the machine. So over on this side, we don't have much except for the hard drive and PRAM battery. Now this is actually presumably the original PRAM battery, and it still works, so yeah, I'm not going to replace it till it dies. This is a 60 gigabyte Seagate hard drive. This machine was actually missing a hard drive when I got it, so I just went ahead and put in this 60 gig drive that I had spare. So over on the other side of the machine, we just have the airport card slot and the power distribution board here. Now this board provides power to the motherboard and also to the hard drive and optical drive. Now when I got this machine, someone had, I guess, improperly attempted to remove the hard drive, and They tried to, I guess, unplug this connector here by sticking in a screwdriver, and I guess they slipped and accidentally punctured some holes in the IDE cable. So unfortunately, the original IDE cable was trash, wouldn't work, of course. So I actually managed to find this one on eBay for only $2, so that's a pretty good deal, and got this machine fully working, so yeah. Last thing I'll show is this side, where you can see the main CPU heatsink and hard drive there. Now, like I said, this was missing a hard drive, and it was also missing the little heatsink that goes on the side of the hard drive, so I don't know if that affects the cooling of the hard drive, but from what I've seen, this hard drive seems to run relatively cool, so I think it should be fine without any heatsink there. So that's basically the machine. Let me go ahead and put it back in its housing here. So the last thing I'm going to show before I power up the machine is a little information tag up here. As you can see, it originally shipped with a 500 MHz PowerPC G4 processor. That processor is of course still in there. 256 megabytes of RAM, which is still there. A 40 GB hard drive, which of course I've replaced. A DVD-ROM drive, the original Radeon 32 MB graphics card, 10100 Ethernet, modem, KB, I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, it also says Mac OS for whatever reason. I thought that would be implied, but I guess not. This could have been a built-to-order model, because this nameplate seems extremely detailed, and I've looked at some others online and they aren't nearly this detailed, so this could have been a built-to-order model. So yeah. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and hook up the machine to a keyboard, monitor, and mouse, and we'll go ahead and boot it up. So I'll be right back. Alright, I've now gotten the machine plugged into its power supply back there, and a keyboard, monitor, and mouse, so we'll go ahead and boot it up. Now before I do, I forgot to mention that this machine does not have any internal sound hardware, so this machine is designed to use a special USB sound card that is designed for use with the Apple Pro speakers. So unfortunately, I don't have those, and so I don't have a way to get any sound out of this machine. So let's just go ahead and boot it up. Alright, as you can see, it is booting OS X now. This is currently dual booting between macOS 10.4.11 Tiger and macOS 9.2.2. So we're just going to go ahead and boot into Tiger first. As you can see, it boots quite fast. And I will be upgrading the RAM in this machine, so that should improve the performance quite a bit more. I actually had a VNC server open on here. But anyway, as you can see, the machine is now booted. Let's head into About This Mac. As you can see, it detects the 500 MHz PowerPC G4 processor with the 256 megabytes of memory. Let's head into more info. As you can see, it detects the nVidia GeForce 2MX graphics card there. In the AGP slot with 32 megabytes of video memory. Let's go ahead and quit out of that. And I do have this machine connected to Ethernet, so I'll just go ahead and open Safari here. So yeah, as you can see, it connects to the internet just fine. Yeah, everything works. It's a nice little machine. So yeah, now I'll just go ahead and reboot into Mac OS 9. So we'll go to Startup Disk here. Select the Mac OS 9 system folder and restart. So as you can see, it is now booting Mac OS 9. And it runs Mac OS 9 extremely well, so I'm probably just going to use this as my primary OS 9 machine. So it'll be quite nice to use. I can put it in my main setup because it's so small, and it works really well. Alright, so let's head into about this computer. As you can see, it is macOS 9.2.2, and yeah, it's all detected and working perfectly. So I do have a couple classic applications installed, such as Imovie and iTunes. It of course includes Internet Explorer. So let's just go ahead and open Internet Explorer. As you can see, it does work. I don't know why it's loading my Apple start page powered by Netscape, but that's interesting. Let's just go ahead and close it. Let's go ahead and show you the old version of iTunes that's on here. As you can see, it has sort of a brushed metal tiger type interface, and I think this is version 2, yes. iTunes 2.0.4, so pretty old. Go ahead and quit. And let's take a look at this version of iMovie as well. Now as you can see, this has like an OS X interface, so that's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and select New Movie. So that's interesting. Just play the little video when you click About. It's iMovie version 2.1.2. Go ahead and quit that. And yeah, that is the Apple PowerMac G4 Cube. So let's go ahead and shut it down. So that is the Apple PowerMac G4 Cube. Hope you enjoyed this video.